All right, now, historically, I'm definitely much more of like an Android guy. I love my Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra, love my Galaxy Fold 6, coming from like the Pixel phones, Pixel Fold. And hold on, don't get it messed up. I'm definitely not biased. Here's my iPhone right here. This is a great all-around device, but typically on average, I do prefer Android devices. I just do. However, the MacBook Pro has been like my absolute best friend for a while now, for all of the editing and everything that I do here on the YouTube channel. And honestly, it's my best friend also when I'm doing a lot of my clinical work as a therapist, like progress notes, treatment plans, and all of those things. What I can say additionally is, holy crap. So you guys are gonna get to this part of the video a little bit later, but I just ran a test 2 times, mind you, to make sure that I wasn't messing anything up, between my $2,400 M1 MacBook Pro and the $600 base model M4 Mac Mini. And I think I might be able to comfortably say the M4 Mac Mini is probably one of the absolute best value propositions for like a consumer piece of tech that I've seen in a long time. Holy crap. Wow. Now, it's not perfect. There are definitely a few things that I've noticed in my time using this that you guys should definitely know about before you spend the money on this. So I'm gonna break down my last 72 hours with you guys with the Apple Mac Mini so you guys can know if this is going to fit your lifestyle the way that it surprisingly has really fit mine. So if you guys are new here, my name is Dave, and this is where tech meets lifestyle. Now, right away, something I can say is that someone who's not like fully ingrained in the Apple ecosystem, right? For example, I don't use an Apple keyboard or the Magic Mouse. I use third-party peripherals basically the entire way across. And what's really nice that I was worried about is that the Mac Mini is completely capable of connecting with third-party peripherals, like to my mouse and keyboard from ProTorque, so that's definitely a plus there. And on the front side, you have 2 USB-C ports and a 3.5mm jack, and then on the back side, you have your three Thunderbolt ports, an HDMI port, an Ethernet port, and then of course, the power port. And you can upgrade the Ethernet port if you really want to. Something that I thought was a little bit weird is that the power button is actually up on the bottom side, and so you can't just like click on the top, or maybe even if it was like on the back side, right? You just kind of get a little reach around action and well, you get it. But instead you kind of have to like lift it up a little bit, press the button on the bottom. Is it super convenient and is it ideal placement? No, but it takes like no effort. And even when editing, man, I mean, I've been running the Mac Mini through some paces, editing like really high raw files. That includes some pictures from me and Maria's engagement, testing out some thumbnails for upcoming videos, like this desk setup video that I'm gonna be having coming out around Black Friday. And even, yes, the thumbnail for this video. So if you're looking to use this thing for picture editing as well, in my experience, no stuttering or lagging. Everything's been super smooth. If you want it for that, it's been banging that stuff out of the park. Something else that's been really nice about the Mac Mini so far is the fact that it's been really quiet. I haven't had any instances so far, at least, where the fans like really rev up and it becomes super duper loud. My M1 MacBook Pro, I don't have a problem with that getting loud either. I don't think I really ever hear the fans, and I'm doing a lot of intensive editing, but that's a larger form factor. The heat can more easily disperse throughout the body, etc. I mean, like literally my Galaxy Fold 6 takes up more surface area than the Mac Mini. That's freaking insane. Like seriously, look how small this thing is. It fits in the glove drawer. It fits inside of Maria's UGG. Kinda. Here's a window for scale. It fits on the little cubby thing where you put your soap. It fits in that little cubby thing where you put things other than soap. Most importantly, I know everyone was wondering, yes, it does literally fit. Is that a Mac Mini in my pocket, or am I just happy to see you guys? Even when I'm doing editing, playing games, doing a lot of multitasking and tasks, this thing is whisper quiet the entire time still. Super impressed. And honestly, the big reason I think it's able to maintain whisper quiet is because the M4 is really power efficient, drawing less power, generating less heat. And to the heat point, even when I am playing games on here, this thing, so far at least, does not get hot. It still stays nice and cool. Now, unfortunately, one of the biggest downfalls of the Mac Mini so far in my experience is the battery life. I'm really only getting like 2 hours of... You don't have to worry about battery life, it's plugged in literally all the time. Alright, so welcome back to this part of the video. Basically, long story short, I ran an export test between my $2,400 M1 MacBook Pro and the base $600 M4 Mac Mini using my Sony a7 IV, and so that's 4K, 10-bit, 422 footage, very high quality footage. And like you guys are going to see on your screen, this tiny little box of an M4 Mac Mini out-exported my $2,400 M1 MacBook Pro. I'm not sure how I should feel about that. It's great for technology. I'm not really sure what else to say about that. I'm flabbergasted. So suffice to say, if you guys are looking for like a very powerful, dedicated video editing machine that in my experience has not lagged or hitched during timeline editing with like LUTs and effects, this thing is a freaking cheat code apparently. Now let's say a potential consideration, right, is like, for example, if you watching this, you have a MacBook or another laptop and you're like, well, I can always just plug that in, that's my dedicated desktop setup anyway. Why the heck would I ever need a Mac Mini? So I had the same questions, right? Because really my MacBook does everything in every situation for me anyway. And to be honest with you, even though there have been dedicated Macs before, I've never really touched them because for me personally, MacBooks, laptops in general really just fit my lifestyle a lot more. Being able to like plug it in, set it up as a desktop, and then being able to like take it on a moment's notice and go out and edit and do all of my work stuff like that. It just fits me a bit better. There is something definitely nice about already having this set up in place, not having to bring my MacBook back over to the desk, plug it in, and then get to working. It kind of is nice just being able to like roll up to my chair, pull up into the desk, just tap my keyboard, and then just get to work. So I would say that if you are in a similar situation where you use your MacBook or laptop for basically everything every way, there's an added layer of convenience in that like this really does not take up basically any desk space at all, but being able to have it set up ready to go at all times without having to plug in like additional things is a nice component of this. That probably won't matter to a lot of people, but in my time using this, I've definitely found it to be like a sort of nuanced interaction in terms of like my time spent when going through my workflow. Something that does kind of suck though is that there's no SD card slot, and so if I want to take like the SD card from my camera and plug it right in, I kind of need like one of those USB-C hubs where I plug it in and then plug my SD card into that. Definitely not as convenient as on my MacBook where I can just like put it on the desk, plug the SD card into it, and then I'm off to the races from there. So not a deal breaker, but definitely something to know if you guys are considering this for like your workflow needs. Now, although I'm a gamer, I don't usually game on my M1 MacBook Pro. I have a PS5 for that, or I play a lot of phone games. That being said, though, on games like League of Legends, I'm able to get like 186 FPS. On games like Cyberpunk 2077, 30 FPS, depending on like the graphical fidelity settings that you're outputting on this. And so gaming has overall been like a pretty solid experience. You're not getting like the absolute best quality graphics and absolute best output, but what you are getting is a capable gaming machine that can do a lot of your other productivity multimedia stuff all in one. The more that I've been using it, I find that it really would have been nice to have an additional USB-C port over here on the front side. 2 is okay. I just keep finding that having a third USB-C slot really would have been helpful when plugging in multiple things into this device. I think for the average common person, it's going to be fine, but for me as a content creator, 1 more would have been nice. And so far, my time using this, I really think that covers pretty much all of the bases. Has been a very relatively inexpensive, but absolute powerhouse of a device. And in a weird way, I actually am like happy that I picked this up, seeing what this can offer. They really knocked that out of the park. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. And otherwise, thank you guys so much again for stopping by and hanging out. I wish you a fantastic remainder of your day, afternoon, or night, depending on the time it is you are watching this. And as always, peace, love, adios, bye guys, and have a great day.